Hey y'all, welcome back to Four Seasons Travel. Stop 4, Arches National Park, absolutely stole our hearts and became my favorite stop on the entire Utah trip. We spent nearly 2 full days here, and honestly, we were just picking our jaws up off the ground at the sheer magnitude and the beauty that this place had to offer. From the incredible formations at Wall Street all the way to the iconic Delicate Arch. Every single view left us speechless. You won't believe how many natural arches are actually carved into this stunning landscape. The number might just shock you. It did me. So come along as we explore and see why this magical place left us wanting to come back for more.
When we got to Moab, we stayed at the Sun Outdoors RV park on the north side of town. Even though we didn't have our travel trailer, we were able to stay at one of the cottages that they have. And as you can see, it was pretty nice. It was perfect for the 3 of us, but it sleeps 4 to 6 pretty comfortably. When you get into town, just pay attention to which one you book so that you don't show up on the south side when you should have been on the one in the north. Delicate Arch is probably the most famous of the arches in Arches National Park. It's a big symbol for Utah. It's on their license plate. And quite honestly, when you think about the parks out west, Arches definitely comes to mind. And when you think of it, you're thinking of Delicate Arch. So we were pretty excited to go see that. And I was surprised, though, that the hike was right around 3 miles round trip, and you can see it's going up through some, pretty, I would say, slick rock. I mean, that's actually what it's called. And so you did have to be careful. And the day we went, it was super windy, and which made it, a little bit cooler, but not unbearable. And I was surprised that there was still all the people there. It was very, very packed, even though it was in March when we were there. And you can see just the wind blowing Jennifer's hair, and we're meeting people coming down the trail there. And there's no rail, so you definitely need to be careful. But Delicate Arch is one of those where you walk up on it, just like it's just kind of right there, and you can't see it until you round that curve. So that made it really cool to be able to do that. And just for me, of all the things that we saw while we were in Utah, I thought Delicate Arch was just one of those iconic things that we saw. And I was pretty excited. Kind of had, the butterflies going and seeing something, because it's so unnatural looking. It's 52 feet tall and it's 32 feet wide. And when you look at it in pictures, it just doesn't seem like it's that big. But then when you get there, you're like, holy cow, this is really tall. And when you're walking around down there, it's slick. And the day we were there, it was super windy, as you can tell. But overall, it was really worth the hike. And I would, suggest to anyone, if you go to Arches, go to that if you don't do anything else the whole time that you're there. As neat as Delicate Arch was when we saw that, I have to say that the Double Arch was a fan favorite, especially for our house, because you just couldn't, you can't imagine what it is that you're looking at. So it's two arches in one, and which is crazy because they're massive and they connect. And so the larger opening is about, I think it says it's 148 feet wide and 104 feet tall. So it's actually the tallest arch in the park. And then the second opening is a little bit smaller. But it's in the window section of arches, and it's near the windows and turret arch. So there's a lot of trails there, and they're pretty easy to get to, which is what's nice about arches in general, because you can drive through a lot of it. One of the coolest things about Double Arch Trail is it's where Indiana Jones and Last Crusade, some of the opening scenes are filmed there, which is really cool. And we got some great pictures. We were there towards the end of the day, and you could just, the light was just doing all these crazy things, and we were able to get really some of our favorite pictures while we were there. Landscape Arch is the one arch that Jennifer really wanted to go see, and so we were hurrying, trying to get there before dark. And I didn't know this, but it's the longest natural stone arch in the world, or one of the longest anyway, and it was pretty amazing, as you can tell. But that span is 306 feet, which is from end to end. And it's only about 11 feet thick, so it looks like it's going to break off. But, you know, so you're looking at it going, I don't want to get too close to it because it looks so thin. But it's still there somehow. And you get there by going along the Devil's Garden Trail, which is about a mile and a half. Pretty easy hike. You know, we were just getting there and it was almost dark, so we had to be careful while we were there. But really neat to go see. So I would just really try to put that on your hike as you visit Arches. All right, so we're closing down Arches. Nathan, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate it?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? All right.
Say 10.
10 out of 10, Mom?
10 out of 10, my very favorite of all.
I would say 10 out of 10. Your word, Mom.
I think mine is awe-inspiring, but also playful. It's almost like an adult playground with all the things you can climb and the arches that make you feel so small.
Yeah, I would have to say inspiring as well. And I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's got everything that you want. It's got good hiking trails, really just amazing things to see. And I hope we get to come back.
It's fun.